What is that sound? How did they even get this out here? Who's in there? Hey! Who's in there?
Hey, how's it going?
W, what are you doing?
Oh, well, right now, I'm about to enjoy me a nice can of SpaghettiOs with chicken meatballs.
W, I never said you could stay out here.
Well, you never said I couldn't.
Yo, W! Shut the door, man! Let down the AC!
Where's my protein shaker?
Who was that?
Nobody. There ain't nobody else in here, just me.
Man. Get some spaghetti up next! We're gonna play Twister!
Shut
No!
up. I want to play Uno.
Scott! Mr. Party Pooper! Scott, he's a loser! Listen, you gotta leave. And I don't know who else is in there, but they gotta leave too.
All right, I'll go. But like I said, there ain't nobody else in here. I'll go on and get to getting. Maybe a few days, a few weeks, maybe. I don't know, maybe.
No.
Next month,
No.
thinking maybe Christmas.
Christmas?
Hey, when you go into town, could you also grab some Mountain Dew
No,
and maybe
not
some more Vienna
Christmas.
sausages? All right, see you later.
Which one of y'all wants to watch Con Air?
The
Doritos down here. At least invited me. Scott's so lame. What's up, everybody? My name is Scott, and you're watching Kentucky Ballistics. And over the years, I have tested out a lot of ballistic shields, but today I have one that is more unique than anything I've ever seen. This is a Brazilian police pistol shield. So from what I understand, this is a new concept. It is a prototype that they are just now starting to test out in Brazil. This is not an authentic Brazilian police pistol shield. This is an American-made knockoff, but it is still pretty much the exact same thing. I actually saw one of these on social media. I believe it was Instagram, and immediately I was intrigued and I wanted to test it out. So pretty much this thing is made out of Lexan or polycarbonate. As you can see, it's about 1.25 inches thick, which is pretty darn thick. It utilizes a unique mounting system, and the slide is able to function through the polycarbonate. So you can see there is space there in between, so your slide can still move. The only problem that I can see with it at the moment is I can't really stretch out my trigger finger, so I kind of have to keep that hooked in there. So this is a rather interesting concept and one that I am very excited to try out. I'm guessing that this was made for high-risk traffic stops and other high-risk scenarios. You're already wearing body armor, but this should protect your hands and your face, two things that you cannot cover in body armor. So today I have two questions. How much will this shield stop? And how will the Glock frame handle the force of the bullets hitting the shield? Will it hold up, or is it gonna snap in half? There's only one way to find out. But before we get started, I want to say thank you to today's sponsor, War Thunder. War Thunder is the most comprehensive vehicle combat game ever made, and it's now available for free on console and PC. Take command of over 2,500 tanks, planes, helicopters, and ships of 10 major nations, ranging from biplanes and armored cars of the 1920s to the fighter jets and main battle tanks of today. Immerse yourself in the intense combat of War Thunder, where incredibly detailed vehicles, realistic graphics, and authentic sound effects place you right at the helm of the most powerful war machines of our time. Join a worldwide community of over 70 million players in epic PvP battles today, and dive into the breathtaking experience that is War Thunder. With an unmatched wealth of high-quality content to discover, there's simply no game better suited for fans of military history. War Thunder is full of awesome features, and one of my favorite is the X-ray damage view. If your vehicle or an enemy is destroyed, War Thunder shows you exactly what happens. In X-ray view, you'll see precisely where the shell penetrated, which components were affected, and what ultimately led to the destruction of the vehicle. You can play War Thunder now for free on PC, PlayStation, and Xbox by clicking my link in the description down below or the pinned comment. New and returning players who have not played in the last 6 months will also receive a massive bonus pack across all platforms. This includes multiple premium vehicles, the exclusive vehicle decorator Eagle of Valor, 100,000 Silver Lions, and 7 days of premium account. This is only available for a limited time, so get it while you can. Again, a big thank you to War Thunder for sponsoring today's video. Now, let's go get back to it. So first things first, I just want to see what it's like to shoot this thing. I'm loaded up with 15 rounds of Underwood ammo, 115 grain full metal jackets. Wow, that functioned flawlessly. So I've been trying to figure out what this bulletproof police vehicle is actually rated for, and it looks like it will stop 9mm. It ate every single one of those, just not rated for punt guns. I tell you what, that was actually very pleasant to shoot. This thing weighs so much that it puts weight on the front of the gun and pretty much reduced the recoil completely. That was pretty awesome. So when I'm shooting at this shield, it's going to be pointed at me. So we need to be extra safe. So as you can see here, there is no mag in this Glock and it is completely empty. Now I'm going to be putting this in a vice grip. So I am going to put this empty mag inside the Glock. And then here I have a chamber flag. This goes inside the barrel. So you know for a fact there is nothing in there, and I will close the slide on that. I'm putting the empty mag inside this so that I have a little more rigidity when I am tightening this vice grip down on it. So this needs to be able to move a little bit, just as if it was in your hands, because if this gets hit with something, you're not going to be holding it like RoboCop. It's going to kind of move and flex, and I think, to be fair, that's what we need to happen today. So I get this tight, but not too tight. Now I will set up our mannequin behind the shield, and I have some synthetic hands. I think that looks pretty good. So up first, we're going to start out with 22 long rifle. This is a Smith & Wesson Victory, chambered in 22, and I'm loaded up with some 22 LR 40 grain rounds. This is not one of my favorite guns, and that's because I like big guns and I cannot lie. And if you do as well, be sure and check out my new shirts. There's a link in the description down below. First shot, here we go. All right, wow, okay. I was actually expecting more damage than that. I haven't had a lot of luck out of the polycarbonate, but that right there, that ate that 22 like it was nothing. So up next, we're gonna step it up to 22 Magnum. This is a Kel-Tec PMR 30, and I'm loaded up with some 40 grain 22 Magnum. There we go. So from afar, this looks like we penetrated pretty deep. But if you get over here on the side, you can see that it did not do much of anything. We just kind of scratched the surface. So as of right now, it looks like you would be safe. Your gun, not so much. You can see right here that we were having a little bit of lead hit the front of our gun from this splattering. But I would say so far, so good. So up next, we're gonna step it up to something that's just as small, but moving very fast. This is 5.7 by 28, and this is a Ruger 5.7. We'll try not to hit in the same spot twice. I believe I hit right there, and you can see that we dug out a lot more of that lick sand with that shot. But we still did not make it through. And our frame seems to be holding up pretty good. So up next, we're gonna step it up to 9mm. I have a Glock 19 and I'm loaded up with some Underwood ammo, 147 grain jacketed hollow points. So it looks like we had another good hit. I believe the 5.7 has done the most damage to this thing so far. Right here's our 9mm. Before we continue on, I want to see how our frame is holding up. Ooh. Okay, so it does have a little bit of play. A little bit of shake there, but I think that's probably normal. I don't think our frame has cracked or anything like that yet. Still looking good. This shield is proving to be pretty tough. I'm actually pretty impressed, but now I'm gonna throw it a curveball. Naturally, my next step from 9mm is 45 ACP, but how about two 45 ACPs at once? This is my APF Dueler double barrel 1911, and I'm loaded up with 2 rounds of 45 ACP, making this a 90 ACP. I'm gonna be really surprised if I hit this. I don't know. So it appears I was shooting a little to the left. I missed this shield completely. And I would hope that our mannequin here was wearing body armor, because he got hit right there in the old shoulder. I was aiming dead center and I hit very low and to the left. So let's aim high and to the right. Okay. All right, folks, that may be a wrap for today's video. So I reviewed the slow-mo footage, and it's really hard to tell how many rounds hit the shield, but I'm pretty sure just one round of 45 ACP struck the shield right here. And I believe we found its Achilles heel. As you can see in the middle here, we have this hole cut out, and it's created some weakness. So we hit right there, and then it busted this into 4 different pieces. The one positive is the round did not make it through the shield. The shield broke, but it did its job. It stopped the 45 ACP, and Mr. Mannequin here looks okay. He's got a little bit of shrapnel right here, and his hands, well, other than being sliced into by the zip ties, look like they're doing okay. And as for the Glock, it looks like the frame is still holding up all right. Okay, so I'm gonna take what's left of our lake sand, put it in this vice grip, and then place the mannequin behind it. This shattered, but we did not manage to penetrate it. So I want to see if I can hit this with a few more things and see what it's rated for. So we probably only have 1 or 2 more shots at this lake sand before it's completely shattered. So I'm gonna go ahead and step it up to 44 Magnum. This is a Smith & Wesson model 629, and I'll be loaded up with some Underwood ammo, 300 grain 44 Magnum. All right, here we go. Well, seems like I shot a little high, or not really my fault. He wasn't holding the shield up high enough. So he should have been covering his face. Let me borrow this right here. There we go. Okay, yeah, now just take that. Just put that right there. There we go. It's like it never happened. Round 2. Holy cow! Okay, well, I'm going to say that shield is definitely not rated for 44 Magnum. Again, I do not think we penetrated that shield. I think all we did was make it shatter, because as you can see right here, looks like that's where I hit, but it does not look like we made it all the way through it. I think it just burst. So again, the shield stopped the .44 Magnum, but it detonated after that. It absolutely just shattered all over the place. So I do think that this shield would be good for smaller calibers like 9mm, 22 Magnum, but it seems like when you get past that, this just is not going to cut it. It's going to stop at least one round, but then you're going to need a new shield after that. There is one other negative about this shield failing. I brought so many other guns that I wanted to shoot today, like 10mm, 357 Magnum, double barrel 10 gauge, 50 BMG. Well, I think that's going to be it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you thought about today's shield in the comment section down below. And if you enjoyed today's video, be sure and give it a like. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Also, be sure to check me out on all other social media platforms. Links to those are in the description down below, along with a link to KentuckyBallistics.com, just in case you want to pick up a new shirt. And as always, my name is Scott. Thank you so much for watching Kentucky Ballistics, and I'll see you next time.